Hi guys, in this video we're going to talk about colors. Still part of the editing, still very wide area. Some people study and do only colors. That means that it's very wide, it's very complicated, and there are a lot of combination of colors that can be nice together. Let me give you this example right now. As you can see this composition, you see a teal right there and an orange right there. Teal and orange, they stay together very nicely. So this picture looks pretty good and can be one of 1,000 of combination of colors that we can choose for our pictures. The first thing that we need to do when we are editing the colors of a picture is to adjust the white balance, or some other people call the warmth. What does that mean? Basically, when we're looking at a picture, we need to figure it out which one is the right white. What I mean by that is that the white in a picture can be a little bit too blue or a little bit too yellow. This is why professional photographers use these cardboards. What they do is, before taking pictures, they adjust the white balance with the white cardboard based on the subject. In the Pro mode in Lightroom, you can adjust the white balance or you can keep it automatically. Don't worry, keep it automatic. It's pretty good in Lightroom. The best practice is to adjust the white balance directly when shooting. But if you don't do that, we can adjust it also in post-production, in editing, inside Lightroom. Let me show you how to do it. To adjust the white balance, we need to go in the color menu and then drag on the right the temperature to make the warm feeling, like the summer vibe. Or to the left if we want to have a more winter effect, blue, or night effect, as you want to call it. Then we need to adjust also the tint, make it more green or more magenta. It's totally up to you as you like the picture. Then we have the vibrance and the saturation. The difference between the two is that the saturation affects the whole image, the whole colors, more and less, while the vibrance affects only the colors that are more present in the picture. So when I drag it down, for example, now here there's a lot of green and yellow, it's gonna go down, while the gray in my hood is not really affected much. And also the color of my skin is not really affected because it's not really present in the picture. While if I drag it up, then you see that these colors, they go up a lot. One more option that we have to adjust the temperature is to tap on this dropper on the right side of the screen. And then we need to move the circle and the pointer to the white of the image. In this image, it doesn't really work because we don't have a pure white. We have just my hood, but this gray is not really a white. So we don't use the dropper this time, but we just drag it automatically where we want it. I like a little bit warm for this picture, so this could be okay. And then I want to increase a little bit the vibrance, and this is it. Okay, let's have a look at this other example. First thing first, we need to crop the image, try to have a nice composition. Yeah, this one looks fine already. And then what we need to do is we go in the light menu, adjust the exposure, maybe decrease the highlights, increase the shadows a bit. And then we go in colors. What we do first, as we said, we adjust the white balance. So we need to figure out which one is the right white inside the image and adjust as we like it. So for example, if we go on the winter side, here's where winter, but I like a little bit of warm feeling because there was a lot of sun that day. And then we need to adjust the tint and the vibrance. This tint is already fine. I'm not going to touch anything here. We go in the vibrance, increase a tiny bit the vibrance. After we have adjusted these settings, it's time to dig into the real colors. Let me show you the possibilities that you have inside Lightroom. Okay, now we go in the real color tweaking. We need to tap in mix. And then here we have the HSL, where basically we can control the hue, saturation, or luminance of every color that we have in the image. For example, these mountains are green and yellow. Let's go in the yellow and drag the hue towards the oranges. As you can see, all the yellows becomes orange. And if we drag the yellows towards the green, all the yellow become green. At the same time, we can use the saturations to desaturate the yellows or saturate them. And then the last one is luminance. is also referred to the yellows. So if we drag it down, all the yellows will become darker. If we drag it up, all the yellows will become brighter. In this case, for this picture, I want to drag the yellows a little bit towards the orange, desaturate them, and lightening up a little bit. Okay, let's go for example in the teals. We can drag it down or drag it up, and it's gonna affect a little bit this part of the image, not too much though. Let's take the orange as well. We can drag it down and we're gonna affect this part of the image, or drag it up to change the colors, desaturate them, and apply maybe luminance. Okay, there you go. We can also look at the reds. Usually what I do, I just tap all the colors and see what it modifies. For example, this part also affects the sky, just a tiny bit. One more option that we have is to tap on this center here. Tap on the color that we want and drag it to change the colors or the hue. And also we can go in saturation down here and the luminance, doing the same thing. For example, if we wanna remove the saturation from this part, we go in saturation down here, click, and then drag it down if we wanna remove, or drag it up if you wanna increase the saturation of the yellows. As you can see in this part is selected the color that you selected. So you can check. For example, we go here in the mountain and we can drag it down to decrease the luminance because we have selected it, or increase it. And then we go in saturation and we can tap, decrease, or increase. Okay? Let's go back to the HSL. Let's modify again as we want it. Maybe just like this. Looks fine. Okay, there you go. Let's have a look at another picture, another example. And then let's change the colors. First thing first, I want to touch the blues because I like the sky to be a bit more teal. So we go and drag on the left, and then we drag down the saturation and the luminance as well, just a tiny bit. And then we go in the oranges, the lower part of the image, and maybe we modify towards the orange. Yes. Then desaturate a bit, and then maybe increase the luminance or decrease depending how you like the picture. And this is already pretty good with the colors. This is before and this is the after. Before and after. I'm happy with this. Okay, let's have a look at the sunset picture, which is a bit different than from others. With the light, we need to increase the exposure a little bit. Be careful to decrease the highlights, otherwise the sky will be burned, as we said already. Maybe increase the shadows a bit. And then we go in colors. Adjust the temperature. Do we want it more winter or more summer vibes? Let's keep it winter this time. And then we need to modify the tint. Because it's a sunset, maybe we drag the tint towards the magenta. Yeah, like this, I like it. And then the vibrance, increase it a little bit, and the saturation as well, just a tiny bit. Then we go and mix. And we try different colors. Let's go, for example, in these purples ones and see what is the effect. For example, here we literally have a lot of options depending on how we like the sunset. This is a bit unrealistic, but if we go on the right, okay, this looks great, right? And then we can increase the saturation and increase also the luminance or decrease it. Not too much because we're gonna lose details if we decrease too much, like here in the center of the image. So let's leave it normal. Let's have a look at the other colors as well and see what they do. This is literally what happens during a normal process. You just try and error, and then you'll find the right composition that you like and you're gonna stick with it. This looks pretty good already, so I'm fine.
Have you heard the word preset? What is a preset? A preset is a set of settings that you choose directly from another picture or from a different creator, or that you've saved by yourself, that you apply directly to an image. However, they don't work for every picture. Different condition, different sun, different lighting doesn't allow to apply a preset for all the pictures that you have. There are some general presets that can make little tweaks on an image and can be used in different situations. In Lightroom, there are already some profiles that they are amazing and they're free. However, if you want to modify your pictures more, you may consider to buy external ones.
Okay, talking about preset and the profiles that Lightroom offers,
Here's what we try to do. We have this image, it looks pretty good. We just need to crop it. Okay, maybe we do like this. So the subject is on the bottom and then the village is on the top line of the grid. We're good. So we click OK, and then we just go to the profiles and we can play with all the presets that Lightroom offers. I really like the modern number 8. So let's go with this. And already the image looks so professional. The only thing that we need to do after applying the profile is to play with the light. In this case, we just need to increase a little bit the exposure, and this is the result. Before and after. Looks amazing, right? And it took me probably 5 or 6 seconds to make it.
As you've seen, modifying the colors means trial and error. Sometimes you just need to try them all, drag and see what's the effect, and then you'll find the right combination afterwards. One thing that I do very often is that when I shoot pictures in the same location with the same angles, with the same lights, I just need to modify one picture and then copy and paste the settings with slight adjustments. If there is a day that is cloudy, even though the light might change a little bit, the colors will most likely remain the same throughout a day or throughout a few hours. So just modify one picture, copy and paste. So for example, you're gonna take 15 minutes to modify one single picture, but then if you have 20, you just need to copy and paste. And it's gonna take 5 minutes maximum to copy and paste in all the others 20. In general, keep in mind that finding the right colors is very difficult. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of time. I know that it's not easy, but just keep doing it, keep doing. Just try to train your eyes to see which colors look better together, and maybe do some research online, which are the best, which are like the teal and orange, or which are the combination that work. Okay guys, this is all for now about the colors. Thank you very much for watching. I'll wait you for the next lesson where we're going to talk about details and we're going to finish the pictures that we started. Thank you. Ciao.